Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the show. Welcome to It's Still Real to Me. I'm your host, John Kuchar, aka Johnny Fashion. With me as always, Big Bad Harmon. What's happening, man?
What's going on?
Oh, that was nice. What is that? What did you just crack open? That sounded amazing.
That's a delicious Guinness.
Ooh, nice touch. I am sporting a Ricker Hill hard cider, little Maniac Gold. As you can tell by my frog voice, I'm a little sick. I've had a cold for a little bit, but anyway, thanks for joining me this evening. We have a special guest joining us on the podcast. Our good time, long time buddy, childhood buddy, still buddies, Ryan Perkins, our good buddy Ryan. What's going on, Ryan?
Oh, not too much, guys. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we've been trying to get you on the show for a long time now, and you're like it's like a hard sought after celebrity, but but you're a dad of two and a happy husband, and it's just I understand the lifestyle, my man. It's tough to get away, so I appreciate you giving us some time tonight. You obviously being, we know this, Harmon and I know this because we're buddies with you, but we know that you're a big wrestling fan. But for the listeners, why don't you go ahead and just kind of introduce yourself a little bit to them, say like why you kind of got attached to wrestling.
Okay, sure. Been a wrestling fan for a long time. Started out watching, Saturday morning wrestling as a kid and whatnot. It was something that my dad was interested in as well. So.
Cool.
Kind of a cool relationship there. He took me to my first house show back at the Portland Expo back when I was, 10 or 11, something like that. And, I just always followed it all the way up through the, Monday Night Raw and Monday Night Wars. And then I kind of fell away from it, life and whatnot got in the way.
Life, John Cena.
Yeah, whatever you want to call it. Cena.
I admit I actually dropped out probably just a little bit before Cena came on, but no. Then wife was. I remember if she was pregnant with the first one or if it was right after. But I just remember sitting on the couch on a Monday evening. Wife had fallen asleep, flipping through the channels. I was like, holy crap, professional wrestling.
Yes.
This is amazing. And I don't know if it was WrestleMania season or what, but they had, all the old timers on. I flipped it on and it's Monday Night Raw and there's Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels. And I'm like, wow, I feel like I haven't missed anything. And just ever since then, I got right back into it and just remember how much I love it. It's awesome.
Yeah, nice, man. It definitely, it always has like that feeling of nostalgia too. Like the Saturday morning things are always key with me as well. So, and of course, like we all like, text each other during Raw and stuff. So it makes it a nice, fun little community. So
I feel like I need to tell this quick story.
Sure. Bring it. We
were back in high school and
I know exactly what story you're going to tell.
My mom had gotten me some tickets to a house show in Portland at the Civic Center. And I think you had tickets through football or something, and you were there. So we show up, and our seats are across the arena from you, and we're like,
and this is you and Ryan. You guys went together, yeah.
And I had 2 tickets, and I said, Ryan, pick your ticket, and I held them both out, and he grabbed one, and we get there, and we're sitting all the way across from you, and we're like, well, the hell with this, we're gonna go sit with our friends. So we went over and sat with the rest of you guys, the football team, and you and they were giving away a JVC Kaboom box. If anybody remembers what that is, it was a portable stereo with like 8-inch subwoofers on each end.
Yeah, JVC was like a big, like sponsor, whatever, I don't know, sponsor of theirs. Yeah.
And wouldn't you know it, they call this hairy bastard's seat number, which my mom had paid for my birthday, and he wins the freaking $200 Kaboom box. But, I didn't feel too bad because he had to walk around Portland with it the rest of the night, but.
Yeah. Does that thing still work, Ryan?
Yeah, still have it. In fact, actually, it's my sound system out in the man cave in the garage.
Oh, nice.
When I'm watching WWE Network out in the
that thing has to be 20 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah. That thing has seen some wars.
It's 20 years old.
It's got to be 20 years old.
Still pounds though. It's awesome.
Nice. Yeah, that thing was baller, man. Oh, it had like that.
Too.
It had like that sub at like one end or something. I don't know.
Both ends.
Oh, was it both ends? Oh my god, it was just great. That thing was awesome. Cool. Yeah, that was fun. I remember that night because like the ticket number gets called, and then I maybe this didn't happen, but I always like imagined like a spotlight like went over to the seat, and you guys just weren't there. And like
it was just that everybody in the stadium turned over to the
yeah,
and we're on the other side of the stadium cheering.
yeah, and then and then Ryan goes down there and gets this honking freaking.
You got to go in the ring, didn't you?
No, I got to go down to ringside. I didn't actually go in the ring.
Oh man,
I think would have never been able to get me out.
you would have immediately done like I don't know, like a moonsault or something.
On off.
Yeah, like that's the biggest guy we've ever seen do a senton. Besides Hugh Morris. Name drop. All right. So all right, guys, let's get into the show a little bit. We're gonna start off some sad news, obviously.
Right.
Prince died. I know. Yeah, that was like the 1-2 punch. So like Chyna ends up passing away, sadly, and then like later on that afternoon, we all get word that Prince dies and overshadows the Chyna. R.I.P. Chyna. We I don't know. I was a big Chyna fan back in the day. She was pretty monumental to the Attitude Era. Obviously starting out in DX, and it was just awesome, man. Like she was just so good. And I know like
on the cover of the first Playboy you were given that you weren't, hiding.
Maybe. I think I didn't like.
You got it. I think your dad got it for you for your birthday. you saw on the cover.
He either got it for me or I stole it from under his bed. One of those. So, but yeah, she was in Playboy, which was crazy. That was a big deal. I mean, that was a huge deal back then. I think she was. Was she the first? Was she the first, or was Sable the first? I can't remember.
Sable was first.
Yeah. Okay, but it was pretty huge. And she was. The only female to be Intercontinental champ and first female to enter the Royal Rumble. Like, she just had all these accolades, and she was great, and obviously they had some, the big falling out and all this stuff, and they were kind of on bad terms. But I don't know, man. It was quite the loss. I don't know. What did you guys think of when you guys heard the news? Harmon, we'll start with you.
No, I was definitely, a little saddened by it. I'd heard she was trying to make a documentary and she was getting her life together. So yeah, anybody that's trying, to get their life back on track and they have a setback like this and it ends up ending tragically, that's sad news. Plus the impact that she had back in the Attitude Era. She was pretty over. I mean, as soon as she got the little bit of surgery there, to smooth up her face a little bit, make her a little more feminine looking, and I remember when DX debuted her new rack, they couldn't stop staring at it.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
The matches she had with some of the guys, and the interactions she had with Stone Cold. He's dropping stunners on her, and the Mark Henry stuff, the Eddie Guerrero stuff. That was all great,
Yeah, the Eddie Guerrero stuff was probably my favorite. Like the whole Mamacita thing was just amazing.
Yeah.
So. Oh man, Ryan, what about you, man? How did you take the news?
Yeah, no, it was definitely a blow. I mean, I couldn't believe it when I first heard it. I mean, she's still pretty young. I mean, and like Harmon said, she's trying to get her life back on track. You figure maybe she's she's turned a corner. I mean, you see some examples like that all over the place, male and female wrestlers, that kind of fall down all the way down and then can kind of pick themselves back up. This one. This one's pretty tragic, but yeah, no, I mean, she was great. I mean, like you guys are saying though, she came in, nobody really knew what to think. I mean, she was this, big, burly woman. I mean, it was, she wasn't this, kind of ugly hag, and she wasn't this, skinny little mini ex-manager. She was legit, and definitely a few confused boners. out there. So
yeah, fully admit.
Yeah, it happens. So
yeah, sure.
But that's the thing though, is she was able to take all that power and whatnot, and she still was, she managed to make it attractive. I mean, the Playboy thing. I mean, the whole, Mamacita angle and whatnot. I mean, that was that was a pretty big thing. And you see now that these divas and now women, women wrestlers now, as they're like to be called, it's like she laid a lot of groundwork for that, because she kind of put a different expectation out there.
Yeah, totally. I think when people think of the beginning of like the women's division back in the day, they always reference like Lita and Trish, but like right before that, like Chyna was it. Like, she was the one that kind of, like you just said, like laid the groundwork. So and what's pretty cool too is like she was at one point in time like headlined with The Rock and Stone Cold. I mean, she was right there as like one of their main attractions, which isn't really said a lot and hasn't really been said a lot since then. I can't even like Lita and Trish. I mean, they were great, but they weren't ever to that kind of level that Chyna was. I mean, she was super over. Dude, they gave her a fucking like pyro cannon, like during her entrance. Like, that's insane.
No, that was good stuff.
That was crazy. Like, I mean, when you think of the stars that were around back then, like some of the greatest of all time, like Rock, Stone Cold, Triple H, Shawn Michaels. Yeah, exactly. Like all those guys were there, and
Eddie Guerrero. I mean, all those guys, and she was.
And she stood out,
time. Yeah, she was given time with those guys,
Yeah. So I definitely think like the Hall of Fame, I mean, it's a no-brainer for me. I know that they were really reluctant, because of her, ventures after WWE, but I don't know, man. They're a little hypocritical on some of that stuff. I mean, I know that Hunter has the personal stuff with her and Steph, obviously, but you can't tell me
where Hunter's coming from though, because Stone Cold asked about it on their podcast.
Yeah, and I know that, but like
kids to Google her name and find her other activities on there,
Sure, but let's take the Godfather and put the Godfather in the Hall of Fame, who his whole gimmick was just demeaning women and calling them hoes. I mean, he was a pimp, and then at least Chyna's image when she was in WWE was pretty, I don't know, as wholesome as it could be, I guess, in the Attitude Era. But I don't know. I just find it a little unsettling that like the Godfather gets in this year. He runs a strip club out in Vegas, and he's in, and Hunter has no problem with that. But I see it. I agree with you. Like, I see his point. And I don't think that there's any beating around the bush that it's a little bit personal. I mean, he's got to still hold some kind of grudge there or something, or Steph must, because that point alone just doesn't make sense. That the Godfather's in, whose whole thing was a pimp, but Chyna can't get in. So I don't know, man. That's just my beef on it. But so anyway,
kids aren't going to Google the Godfather and see him, in a gangbang.
Yeah, but see him running the hoe train, and hey, what's a hoe? And
right.
You Google him, and then you find out, oh, this guy actually really runs like a strip club out in Vegas. Okay, well, and I definitely get your point. Like, one's a little bit worse than the other, but still, if you're gonna talk family values, you can't really say one's worse than the other. I mean, it is what it is. So I don't know. Again, just my point of view.
Yeah, it's why Val Venus is never going in the Hall of Fame.
Right, Val Venus.
Oh, Captain Cannabis ladies, ain't going in there.
Captain Cannabis. Oh man. So anyway, once again, R.I.P. Chyna. She was great. So, moving on. You two fine gentlemen, took a trip down to NXT Live.
We spent a few hours in a small car together.
All right. Yes. Yeah, Harmon. Tell us what happened here. You guys went down to see NXT. Where'd you guys
we
go?
went to the second show of the tour. We went to Kingston, Rhode Island, at
Perfect.
University of Rhode Island. It was a blast. We showed up hungry.
Yeah.
Literally, we had to get pizza as soon as we walked in, and then
Nice.
we had a lovely conversation with Jessie Ward, Tommaso Ciampa's wife.
Yeah, no, that
Perfect.
Was really cool.
Yeah, we talked to her for a good 15-20 minutes. She came right over to our table pretty much, and we had dinner with her. She talked and just
super nice gal.
Super nice. Super
really nice.
People might remember her from the second season of Tough Enough.
See, I didn't. When you said that, I didn't, and I really didn't put any effort into Googling it. But I just, I just
Google Jessie Ward, Tough Enough. You'll see her and you'll remember her because she got her ass chewed on that show.
Really? By who?
She was so tiny. Al Snow.
Really? By Al Snow? He was like the nicest one of all of them.
Well, she was the smallest girl ever, I think, ever on Tough Enough. So,
yeah, she was tiny. She is tiny.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but we talked to her about Tommaso and Biff Busic's match at Lowell the night before.
Yeah.
We talked about Johnny Gargano for a minute. We talked about Tommaso's kind of linked up with Cody Rhodes right now, doing a shirt for Chris Travis.
Oh, right on. Yeah, that's cool. I see you tweet about that often, and
I bought the sweatshirt. It's a really, really nice picture. It's a picture of a ladder, the Dusty Rhodes ladder from WrestleMania going.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a kid with I think he's holding a belt at the bottom of the ladder looking up, and it's for cancer research. So I went ahead and got myself a sweatshirt.
Very cool.
To go with my Nikki Clan sweatshirt that I got for Stardust and Stephen Amell.
Very cool. Ryan, so when was the last time you went to a show besides this NXT show?
Pretty sure
when you won
the event was the infamous JVC Kaboom Box.
Nice.
So yeah, been 20 years.
Wow. So what did you think of this NXT show?
Oh, I thought it was great. I mean, the venue was fantastic. It's really, really small.
Yeah, it was 3,000 people.
Yeah.
Super high energy crowd.
Oh, crazy.
Yeah, like I like the fact that like the first match was Mojo Rawley versus Chris Gerard, who's Biff Busick, and he's from the area. Mojo got booed the hell out of the building, and he ate it up.
He did.
Really?
And Chris Gerard, Biff Busick, he got a huge pop. I mean, I was like, oh my God, there's a lot of people here, all of a sudden it's like, this is going to be awesome.
Nice.
And they had a good match, and Chris ended up winning, and the place just erupted. He got him in a roll up, didn't he, for the win?
Yes. Yeah, that's how he finished him.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I like that guy, man. That's cool. So who else was on this card? Who else? Who are some of the other NXT stars?
Mella.
Oh yeah,
see Bailey and Carmella versus.
So
Alexa
jealous.
Bliss.
So jealous.
Alexa Bliss and Dana Brooke.
Dynamite. Hey, your girl Dana Brooke.
You owe everybody a beer.
What?
Your phone keeps going off.
Hey man, that's way over there.
I haven't even heard it. No, I haven't heard it at all.
Oh, well, it just owes me a beer then.
I'll allow it.
Women's tag team match.
Cool.
Bailey made it all the way to the ring, and then she made like she forgot and went back up to the ramp and raised her hands up, and the inflatable tube mem popped up.
Yeah, nice.
It was nuts.
Yeah,
that's
Dana
cool.
Brooke was really good with screwing around with the crowd, and so was Alexa Bliss. But Bailey and Carmella, because Carmella actually went to the University of Rhode Island, so everybody there was.
Oh no shit. Yeah, that's cool.
It was a little homecoming for her. And the place was it was awesome all night long.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Very nice. And obviously the big news that broke I guess the night before is the night before is when Joe won the title, right?
Yeah, and Lowell.
Yeah. And so you guys saw him there with the belt?
Yeah, him and Elias Sampson were a tag team against Finn Balor and Shinsuke Nakamura.
Wow, who's the? There's 4 guys in that match, and 3 of them are awesome. How was Elias Sampson? How was that?
He's a decent
sort
hand.
Yeah,
he's a good looking guy. He's a decent hand. This character is not going to get over.
Huh?
No, he's gonna. Harmon kept saying all night. If he's gonna bring that guitar down to the ring, it's got to factor in. It's got to be
he better smash somebody over the head with it.
Yeah, I'm surprised that hasn't happened yet, but I don't know, and
there was a time during the match where he kept going over to the guitar and he'd like pull it out and kiss it and then put it back in the corner.
Weird.
Yeah, that was getting old.
Getting old real quick. So it was Elias Sampson, Joe versus Finn Balor and Shinsuke.
Yeah.
How has your views on Shinsuke changed any, Harmon? Do you still think he's the weird kid at school?
But he's awesome.
Yeah, right. Nice.
He is awesome.
Yeah. Cool.
Elias Sampson came out first and he was in the ring and he was trying to play a song, but the place booed him so bad he didn't even attempt it.
I don't think he knows how to play guitar.
No, he doesn't. I don't think he does either. Either
like
that or he does, and he just screws up on purpose.
Yeah, because like he was playing it on like a promo or something.
Yeah, horrible.
Last episode of NXT, and it was really bad. I was like, am I playing the guitar right now? Because that's what I sound like. This is the worst. Man.
Yeah, he was in the ring, and just as he like hit a note, Shinsuke's music hit, and I thought the place was gonna just like rattle off its foundations. It was so loud.
Yeah,
people lost their freaking minds.
Yeah, I mean his music is pretty dope. Like his music is amazing.
Yeah.
So
his pop was bigger than Finn's, bigger than Joe's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I would say Joe. Joe got some boos, but there was a lot of cheers too.
Yeah.
Ryan and I were clapping and cheering and going, boo, you so deserve this. Boo.
That's awesome.
Are they saying boo or boo earns? Nice. Ryan.
Boo. So, we love you, Joe. Boo.
So Ryan, who are some of your NXT guys that you like down there? And did you get to see any of them live?
Well, I was really excited to see the women wrestlers. That was kind of a big thing, but definitely Finn. Been a big Balor fan since he's come down to NXT. I had no idea what to make of Nakamura. I hadn't followed him up until this point. I mean, I'd heard that he had signed, but I knew nothing about him. But well worth all the cheers, well worth all the freaking hype. Japanese wrestlers are weird to me. I was telling Harmon this the other day. Is all their tough guy antics really just come off super effeminate to me.
Yeah.
It just seems so weird. Like, because he looks like he's acting all tough, but then again, he looks like he wants to kiss the guy. And it's kind of weird to me. But Joe too. I mean, like Harmon was saying. I mean,
Joe was perfect.
Oh yeah. I mean, he was eating it up. I mean, he got in the ring, and did he ask to come in?
He said he was going to start against Finn Balor. Okay. Everybody in the place blew up. They were like, yeah. And Joe like took a couple steps and then like goes,
no,
nah.
It wasn't even Finn. It was Nakamura.
No, it was Finn first.
Oh, was it?
And he goes, nah, and lets Elias Sampson go in. And the crowd just booed the hell out of him.
Yeah. That's a classic heel move, man. Oh, love it.
And then Elias got his butt kicked by Finn for a while. Then Finn tagged in Nakamura, and he kicked Elias's butt for a while some more. And then finally Elias Sampson makes a tag to Joe. And the crowd went absolutely bananas. And it was awesome. Joe and Nakamura in the ring. And Joe like circles around for a little bit and then just walks back and tags in Sampson again. And the boos were just deafening. It was like you could see Joe like smiling on the apron. He's like, you ain't gonna get that yet.
Yeah, they're definitely gonna tease that for a bit. I think I hope Nakamura doesn't like fly up to the title picture just yet. I want to see him do some other really cool things. But Yeah, if they're gonna tease like a Nakamura Joe feud, oh, that's gonna be awesome. So, what else? Anybody else on that card that you guys saw that stood out? Who else was there?
Yeah, we got to see Asuka versus
nice.
Peyton Royce.
Yep.
Peyton Royce got in some offense. She had some nice. She did a perfect plex. She had some nice kicks. Ryan was still baffled that the Japanese people use their butt as a weapon.
Oh man, how that is like legit. I mean, unless you're a funkadactyl, that really should not be anywhere.
Yeah.
Nice. That's awesome.
Who else Manny Andrade versus Riddick Moss was.
I don't know either of those people.
Right. It was kind of the bathroom match, but people came back, and this Manny Andrade guy, oh my God.
Yeah, he's something. He was actually really good.
He had some amazing like moves on the ropes. Like he dove at this Riddick Moss guy. He was outside the ring like 4 times. Never once left the ring. But he did. Oh yeah, some crazy rope acrobatics.
Wow.
Apparently he was a luchador or something beforehand. I don't really know, but he's definitely got some skills.
So, am I led to believe that this, what's his name? Manny
Andrade.
Is this guy not No Way Jose?
It's not No Way Jose.
Not No Way Jose.
Okay, good. Because that guy debuted recently, and I thought he was terrible.
Yeah.
Oh man.
This guy's I don't know what this guy's gimmick is, but it's way better than No Way Jose.
Yeah. Here's some white pants and just dance. There you go. Weird.
Yeah. No, this guy had on like purple pants with purple suspenders and a top hat.
Yeah.
He looked like an effeminate coke dealer.
Well, all right. That could work.
He looked like he would have been the Godfather's butler. Godfather's Virgil.
Oh God.
Scarface's gay cousin.
Yeah. Good God. I hope they turn this into a show on the WWE Network right now.
What else did we get to do? Oh, we got to see American Alpha versus the Revival.
What? Yeah, American Alpha?
Really good.
Yeah, that was a title match too.
Oh, and it almost ended on a
it almost ended in a schmoz too. What was it? Dash was in the ring making the pin, but Wilder was actually the guy who was legal.
Right.
And the ref, they counted 1, 2, 3. Everybody was like, "Oh!"
But the ref didn't call for the bell.
Yeah, and the ref was like, "No, wait," and he backed it up, and they started the match back up again. But for a second there, we were all like, "Oh, the title just changed hands."
Yeah, we all thought the title was going to change hands on that, kind of on that oversight, and then we would see it play out on NXT, maybe in a televised event. But no, they started it back over and went right back to town.
Oh yeah, and you guys are just thinking like, oh, the night before, like the heavyweight belt changed. Like this is crazy. Yeah, that's awesome.
That's almost what I was wondering. I was almost wondering if they were gonna almost drop each title at a house show, just to kind of bring the house show angle into the televised program.
Right.
Yeah, I'm never going to shit on going to a house show again. I think because of this. Like sometimes you think, it's just a house show. It's not a Raw. It's not this or not that. I don't think I'm ever gonna pass up a house show again.
No, house shows are fantastic. I love house shows. Yeah. Like at the Civic Center, they're great. Like I've been to some up in Augusta that were really good, dude. Like what was it? Probably 2006. I want to say. God, my brain is terrible with dates, but I want to say it was 2006. I saw a house show up in Augusta. Dude, and they had some huge stars there. Like Angle was there, Big Show, Lesnar, Benoit. There was all these guys that were huge stars. I was like, Jesus, this is insane. And we had really good seats. And but that's awesome, man. You guys are. I would love to go to an NXT show. You guys must have had an awesome time. What was
the Revival was really good with the crowd too.
Those guys are great.
They hammed it up pretty good.
Yeah, those guys got it going on, man. Those guys are fantastic. I don't think they'll be down there for much longer, except just to have the depth down there. But I could see those guys on the main roster in no time.
They did some talking in the ring that was pretty. You could hear it. they react to the crowd so well.
Yeah.
And American Alpha, which kind of surprised me, was I kind of remember Jason Jordan more than Chad Gable.
Yeah.
His hot tag is so hot.
Yeah.
And he's doing this thing where he pulls his straps back up.
Oh yeah.
And then pulls them back down again. Oh
yeah.
It kills. It kills.
He's so good, man. And I'm so happy for that guy too, because that guy bounced around a little bit in NXT with like different tag partners, and he's so good. I'm so glad that they found each other to form this awesome team. Dude, and their music is killer, and like everything about them is just awesome. I really like that tag team.
Oh yeah, and don't forget about the Austin Aries.
Austin Aries to Monster Ciampa match.
What?
Yeah.
Nice.
Good freaking match too.
Yeah, they had like one little miss. Aries was gonna do like a running elbow or something to Ciampa. They missed it. They like reset it and did it again.
Nice. Okay.
But
Ciampa's cool, man. Ciampa's one of those guys that like he's just kind of like this. He's not a face, he's not a heel. Like they put him against anybody. Like, 1 week he's wrestling Austin Aries, who is clearly a face, and then like the next week he's wrestling, Joe, who's clearly a heel. Like, I like Ciampa a lot.
Yeah, he's just he's seen as the guy who will fight anybody. He's hard nosed, but he's probably going to be more on the fair side.
Right.
It's a lot like Cesaro, I think. Before Cesaro gets
he's not gonna back down from a fight.
Yeah.
I was
it's a pretty good comparison.
We had a loudmouth guy behind us who was just yelling all kinds of stuff, and I'm like, how come some guys have voices that carry and some don't? And then I think during the Tommaso match, I yelled out, "Fucking kill him!" And it carried. And I was like, "Oh, cool!"
Just echoes in the place.
But Aries finished with the 450 off the corner rope.
Nice.
When he hit that, like everybody like came out of their seat pretty much. It was like, ooh, whoa, it was super impressive.
Awesome.
But yeah, Ciampa lost, which we felt bad for because we'd made the connection with his wife.
Yeah.
We kept her secret, that she was eating pizza. Whoops.
And trying to hit me up for Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
Oh no, is she like not supposed to be eating that stuff? And she's like, "Give me some of your Mountain Dew, fool."
Yeah, she's like, "Yeah, I'm not supposed to be eating junk, but I'm super hungry." And he's backstage, so
I'm so sick of salmon and brown rice.
I'm sure she could afford to have a sip of Mountain Dew, man.
Yeah,
I'm sure she's dynamite. Again, being really lazy with Google, but I'm sure she's fine.
Well, she was just sitting behind us, and I turned around and I was like, "You look really familiar." And she's like, "Well, I come to a lot of these shows." I'm like, "No, that's not it." She's like, "Well, Tommaso Ciampa is my husband." I'm like, "That's where I've seen you: Instagram, Twitter." I see all the pictures with Johnny Gargano and his wife, and she's like, "Yeah." And then she never once mentioned Tough Enough either. Like I had to figure that out on my own later on.
Nice.
I was like, "That's where I've seen her before too." So.
That's funny.
But overall, it was a great show. I wish Gronk had come out because he was there.
Yeah.
I heard that afterwards. Yeah.
Yeah. So did we. I want to give a shout out to Championship Melts.
Oh, yeah.
Championship Melts is a food truck. You can find them on Twitter at Championship Melts.
Nice.
They go around to different events in New England, and they make gourmet grilled cheese sandwiches.
Like the Star Destroyer.
Ryan, what was in the Star Destroyer?
The Star Destroyer was cheddar cheese, peanut butter, banana, bacon, and sriracha.
That sounds terrible, but I bet it was amazing.
It was amazing.
Jeez. Yeah. I love that we're giving Championship Melts like a plug right now, and we don't even care. We're just like, yeah, sure. I have no. Yeah, Harmon, what did you get?
I got the pile driver with bacon. It was jack cheese, chili, Fritos, bacon.
My God. What?
Yeah. And then we also got a Rice Krispie treat, but it was Fruity Pebbles. It was like the size of a mini Nerf football. Yeah, it was a good time.
Yep. Oh my God, you guys are awesome.
I tried getting Peyton Royce to come out. I offered to buy her one, but she didn't come out.
Yeah, I bet. I'm sure that's what she wanted to do.
You never know.
Yeah, you never know. Cool. So championship melts. I if I'm ever in Rhode Island, I guess I'll try that.
I took one of my cards and I wrapped my tip money around it and put it in the cup.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
My wife is here, and we're going to talk about Chyna. Did you want to say something about Chyna? No. Okay. All right. See ya. Angie was really devastated with the Chyna passing. Oh yeah, you want to say something about Chyna?
I can't hear anybody. Hi guys.
Hi, Angie.
Hi, Angie.
Hold on, I can't hear anything.
There you go.
Hello.
Hello, Angie.
Hi.
What's happening?
We're talking wrestling. You gonna miss Chyna?
No, I'm not gonna miss her. I just feel really sad that she didn't get the help that she needed. And don't stop laughing at me. I went and watched a few YouTube videos online about her that she posted a few weeks ago, and she was kind of a mess then.
I have not seen those.
You haven't?
No, I haven't
No,
looked
they're really
amazing.
Yeah.
They're really not good, and they were actually
minutes and minutes a day looking at wrestling things.
Yeah, I don't know. Can't hear what
they can't. No, they were posted on. Somebody posted them on like Hulk Hogan's Facebook page.
Oh, you
to watch
Hulk Hogan's Facebook page. That's a shocker.
That's what she said.
Wah,
No,
wah,
I did. But anyways, I was a little sad about Chyna. I think I think she needs to go in the Hall of Fame though.
Yeah, there you go.
For sure.
Angie always brings the news to me.
Also, I kept checking Triple H's page to see if he would write anything, and it took him a while. But of course, why would he be on social media right away? I mean, I'm sure he was devastated. But I think she needs to be in the Hall of Fame for sure.
We agree.
They don't talk. They don't talk. Sorry.
Okay.
Ryan doesn't agree with me, so I'm not friends with him anymore.
All right, thanks. That was the quick Angie hit. So, thanks.
That was the Crave Corner.
The Crave Corner. Yeah, we had Dave's Corner last time. That was the Crave's Corner. Oh man, cool. So that was you guys' NXT experience. Overall, amazing.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Cool.
It was really good.
Nice.
So many nerds.
So many nerds.
Oh yeah.
Well,
waiting in line to go inside. We were just mentioning that like every single one of these smarks is just trying to be more smarky than the next smark.
Yeah.
Smarktastic.
Did you throw out Smark and Mark cards like it was going out of style?
I thought about it.
Yeah.
I thought about it.
That's all right.
They were like kind of, there was a lot of security.
Yeah.
They wouldn't let the championship melts guys serve any food before the show opened, even though everybody was outside starving.
Yeah.
Because, they wanted to sell their shit inside. So if I started tossing out black cards, they would have been, like, don't do that. We're selling shit inside.
Yeah, of course. Heavily frowned upon.
I'm not selling anything, but okay.
Right. Oh, man. All right, guys. Well, let's get into Payback if you don't mind.
Let's talk Payback.
Yeah. All right. What do we got here? What do you guys feel about Payback?
I feel like it's got a better build than WrestleMania so far.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I'm excited to see it. Let's see.
I think the weeks leading up to Payback have been pretty exciting. I like this whole Shane running it angle. We've had some different things. We had some call-ups. We've had some really good matches in the last few weeks. Raw hasn't absolutely blown. So
yeah, it's always fun after Mania. So yeah, they've done a really good job with the build with most matches, I'd say. Ryan, what about
pre-show matches? Oh,
well, first, Ryan, what's your thoughts on Payback as a whole right now? You looking forward to it?
Oh, definitely. I don't know. Pre-WrestleMania was so weird, and then the immediate fallout was probably even stranger. So it's kind of neat to see that they've, I don't know, kind of started to right the ship a little bit.
Yeah,
and I'd just be interested to to see that they don't just fuck it up again, which they're so apt to do. So I don't know, the whole Stephanie McMahon coming out on Raw talking about how Shane's not going to be running it by next week. I mean, I don't know if that I don't know if they're just kind of setting that up for to just add a little bit to it, or if they're setting that up because that's actually going to happen and everything's going to suck again until Survivor Series.
Right.
Survivor Series?
There's a long time before Survivor Series.
Survivor Series is like what, September?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. No, but
that was the last time they got the authority out of there. So
yeah,
we can only hope again.
So, all right, yeah, let's start with the pre-show. We've got a WrestleMania rematch here, Kalisto versus Ryback. That was recently added. Skip it.
Oh my god, I can't handle any more Ryback fucking Kalisto matches.
Yeah, they really like to burn Kalisto out with like the same match over and over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Like 3 times with Del Rio. I mean, it was just insane. And now Ryback is getting like, I mean, I can't imagine that Ryback doesn't win this just because why have this match again?
Why would Ryback win this? He hasn't even been on TV, has he?
But why have this match? I mean, there's no means to have this match unless Kalisto is going to drop it to Ryback.
The title on the show, the U.S. title.
I guess,
I don't know, but
it's just such an odd booking. Like, okay, I guess we're gonna just have the U.S. title here. So I don't know, man. We kind of talked. I imagine it's gonna be the same match. Maybe they work a little bit better this time around, have fewer botches. But my prediction is Ryback takes the belt. Ryan, what do you think?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they haven't done anything, and I mean anything with Ryback since the beginning. And what little they have tried, it sucks. I mean, they try to turn him soft, they try to make him hard, they try to turn him into kind of a mini beast. And I don't know. I really liked Ryback when he first came on. I was like, wow, here's a monster that we can kind of get behind. Kind of like a I don't know, like a face Lesnar, basically. That would have been, cool to see.
Yeah,
clash that way. But they didn't do anything, and I mean, part of that's probably Ryback's fault. I mean, you've heard things about him being tough to wrestle, and I don't know if they rushed him too quick to the main roster and didn't get him enough seasoning elsewhere. But I don't know. If he wins the belt, then what? I mean. The best thing that ever happened to the belt was the open challenge. I don't know if I mean,
hallelujah.
I really think they should, do that. Like somehow, some way, just like make that the new rule of the U.S. The U.S. title is just a perpetual open challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every every Raw or every pay-per-view, whatever. I mean, just go at it. But
yeah, Harmon's heard me say many times that I want a TV title, and that can be that. Like, I don't mind that. Like, if it's just the U.S. title to be the TV title, that'd be fantastic. It gets defended every time on Raw, or SmackDown. It doesn't matter, just whatever, as long as it's defended and it's an open challenge. It's cool. I loved it. So, Harmon winner.
For you.
Yes, yeah, bring it.
In the hierarchy of titles, with the WWE Championship being on top, what's the number 2 belt?
Well, I mean, I assume it's still the Intercontinental belt, and then
was it not the U.S. title belt when John Cena had it though?
Oh, I definitely think it was. I definitely think it was. Who was holding the IC belt when Cena was doing that? Was it like Barrett?
Kevin Owens and Dean Ambrose.
Were they? Really?
Yeah.
Huh. I feel like that was before that, but no, you're probably right. I don't know. I mean, with a superstar like Cena, I mean, it kind of elevates that title. So I think that's always like one of those chicken or the egg kind of arguments. Like, does the belt elevate the superstar? Or does the superstar elevate the belt? And I think it just changes depending.
I think John Cena has definitely proven that it's the superstar that elevates the belt.
Well, right. But he was kind of working backwards though. I mean, he's, if you're a former
to the rule, I think, because
that's kind of what I'm getting at.
He is. I mean, he could bring back any belt and carry that around, and people are going to view him as a champion. But it's like we talked about earlier. I mean, we talk about it being a big deal that Chyna won the Intercontinental belt. I mean,
right?
Would it have been that big a deal if she won the European title?
Exactly. So, yeah.
No, I think it still would have been a big deal if she won the European title.
Maybe
it would still be a woman
men's title.
Yeah, it would have been a woman winning a men's title.
Yeah, but the clout that like the IC title has is like it's just, you know, it has such a lineage. I mean, for her to win that was huge. So, I think it goes both ways, man. It's chicken or the egg argument that can never be finished, I guess. So,
well, except for I would say the WWE title is the exception to that rule because you hang that on anybody and that elevates that superstar.
Right. Yeah, the world heavyweight title, sure. Yep. Right. All right, guys, what do we got here? Let's go Dolph Ziggler versus Baron Corbin. Harmon, you love Baron Corbin. Why don't you start?
I do love Baron Corbin, but I think this is the match where he gets his comeuppance and Dolph gets the win.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think he's had enough, segments now where he's come out on top, either through wins or beatdowns. That I think this is where the baby face comes out on top.
All right, Ryan, what do you think?
I gotta disagree. Dolph is just he's a world-class seller. I mean, he puts people over like I've never seen before. I mean, he has so much potential. He could be, world heavyweight champ. He could be, he could tag with somebody, be a tag champ. I mean, he could do anything. And he is continuously asked to put people over, and he does it. And I think he's the best in the business at it, to be completely honest. So I think this is where Baron Corbin actually cements himself as a legit main roster guy and not just a, NXT, kind of his way of dropping the new NXT guy, from his persona. I think this puts him right in on the roster.
Yeah, I agree. With you, Ryan. I think Corbin is just he's on the tracks, and they are going to keep him right on the path there. I don't think he's going anywhere. I think it immediately hurts him if he loses, his first. I don't want to say first pay-per-view because he's at Mania, but his first pay-per-view singles match. If he loses that, like all the steam goes away. So I think they give him this win, and it's a small enough pay-per-view that it's Payback. It's not like SummerSlam. It's I think he can afford to win this, and Ziggler can afford to lose it because Ziggler can afford to lose many matches, which he does. So I think Corbin takes this. And again, I don't know if they continue this after. I'd like to see them continue it. I think they've got a hot little feud going. It's nothing crazy great, but I like it. It's not bad TV for anything. So let's move along. We've got Enzo Amore, Colin Cassidy versus the Vaudevillains, Aiden English and Simon Gotch. This is to determine the number one contender for the tag championships. Then they will later on at some point face New Day. So two former NXT tag teams. Man,
one of them is former NXT tag team champions.
Yep, correct. I really dig the tweaking of the Vaudevillains image. Like with the coats and stuff, and like they're almost like heels again, I mean, they're I guess I'm right.
Definitely heels now.
Yeah.
I don't think you can bring a tag team up called the Vaudevillains and have them be baby faces.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but I mean, like when they were champs, though, they were faces. So
right.
Yeah,
but Vince brings them to the main roster. He does his own thing with stuff. Like
yeah.
I heard that Enzo Amore and Colin Cassidy are just going to be Enzo and Cass.
Big Cass. Yeah, no more Colin.
More cool names. Like Lily Garcia got in like a shouting match at a house show, I guess, because she was Colin Cassidy, and they were like, "No, it's Big Cass," and she was like, "Just whatever."
Yeah, well, Aiden English, I think, said Colin Cassidy on Raw. So I mean,
yeah,
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, they never have that stuff kind of locked down, and it's always kind of silly, and they're always dropping names, and I'm not quite sure why. Like, Rusev dropped whatever name he was, Alexander Rusev, and
Yeah.
Biggie Langston is Biggie now. Like they love to do that when they move people to the main roster. So,
You had like Bret Hart, but everybody could call him the Hitman or Bret the Hitman Hart or.
Yeah, everybody had a moniker that was, made sense. I mean, Triple H has got like 100 of them. So,
right. Shawn Michaels just wasn't Michaels.
Right? Yeah.
Sean. This is Sean. Sean.
Yeah.
Sean's a bit queer because look at his pants. I mean,
queer. Who says that? My God, easy. I'm gonna say, I know that it's unpopular because Enzo and Cass are so over, but I think like the Dudleys kind of screw them over in some weird way, and the Vaudevillains move on to. I don't think we're quite ready yet for an Enzo New Day or Enzo and Cass versus New Day feud. I think we got to keep those two teams separate for now because they're so over, both of them. So I'm thinking Vaudevillains move on. They're the number one contenders. So we'll swing it back around the other way. Ryan, what do you think?
Yeah, I think the Vaudevillains are going to move on. I mean, either way, I think it's. I mean, I don't know if it's too soon. I mean, they both teams just kind of came up, but I mean, let's face it, there's not a lot of good depth on the main roster for tag. So I'm glad to see it happening. It's kind of soon, kind of sudden, but yeah, no, I think they'll build the Enzo and Cass, and Vaudevillains, or Enzo and Cass Dudleys, because that's actually a pretty good angle if that works. Like you said, it would, John. But yeah, no, I think the Vaudevillains are gonna become the number one contenders. But on the subject of the New Day, real quick, I don't know if did you guys catch Raw?
I did. I watched. I finished it up today, actually. Okay. Yeah.
Did you see how fat Big E looked like when he's wearing regular clothes?
I didn't really notice that.
Oh my God! He was wearing just like wind pants and a t-shirt, and he looked like he looked so fat. He just looked puffy.
Yeah,
it's like the rebound out there.
Yeah, it was so weird. I was like, who is this overweight gentleman that's coming down to the ring with the New Day?
His pecs stand out so far.
Well, that's what it is. But he just looks soft when he's all covered up, and I just thought it was fun. I was like, man,
soft, like SAWFT. Soft.
Are you upset that he got rid of his stutter on that?
Yes, I loved the stutter.
I'm gonna spell it out for you.
I kind of
I loved it.
No,
I don't know.
Really, I liked it. I thought it was great.
I mean, I'm sure they took it off because it's it makes fun of kids with a stutter. It's bullying.
He should. I thought that he should do it with the Dudleys too, like against the Dudleys, because Bubba used to have that stutter.
Yeah.
So that would have been awesome. But those are the little Easter eggs that people like us three think about.
Now, I don't think the question is who advances here. I think the question is which one of these tag teams is going to do a better program with Primo and Epico.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, I just don't think that Dudleys are done with Enzo and Cass yet. So I think they held on to that for a little bit because that feud seemed rather quick, I think. So,
right.
But anyway, so who do you think, Harmon?
The kid in me wants Colin Cassidy and Enzo and Big Cass.
Yep, there you go. Yeah. Okay.
But I'm a fan of the Vaudevillains. I like him being mean. I still think Simon Gotch is one of the most interesting guys in the ring. With some of the moves that he does, when he like picks his foot up and uses it as a weapon. Like
his whole arsenal is really innovative, man. Like it's really cool, old timey. Obviously, to like stick with the gimmick, like
old timey, but it's not boring.
Right. Oh yeah, totally, yeah. But like his whole gimmick, like strong man, but not like he's not like that big. Like it's like old circus guy. Like it's just really cool. I love it. I think they're right where they should be on the main roster. So. All right, moving on. We've got. I'm just like always. We have no idea what order these matches are going, and I'm just following through the Wikipedia list here. So, moving up, we've got the women's title match. We've got Charlotte with Daddy Ric Flair versus Natalya with Uncle Bret. I'm very surprised that Bret Hart's going to be there. That blew me away. I mean, the guy just is coming off like, cancer surgery. Like, what's he doing?
Every interview ever where he shits on the WWE.
Yeah, exactly. Like our good buddies over at Total Wrestling Magazine, like they posted this thing that Bret has no interest in being involved at Payback, and then
he's just doing it for Natty.
Yeah, it's just weird, man. So. This is one of those matches where, I think they're just giving, Charlotte and Becky. I mean, not Charlotte. Sasha and Becky. Yeah, a little bit of a break. And not to say that like Natalya isn't deserving of this title shot, because I think she's long overdue. She's amazing, but I find it hard to believe that she's going to walk away with this title. I would love to see it, but I don't think it's going to happen. So I think Charlotte retains. Harmon, what do you think?
I as well believe Charlotte will retain. I don't know how they're going to use Rick and Bret, but I think it'll be kind of a non-factor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Ryan, what do you think?
I don't know. I almost feel like I get this weird feeling that we're kind of watching Natty's swan song. So yeah. I almost think that she's gonna get over. There's gonna be some sort of Bret Hart, Ric Flair moment, but I think in the end, I think she's going to either she's going to slap her in the sharpshooter, or she's going to use her own figure four. But I think she gets over on Charlotte. I think she'll drop it like almost immediately after. But I mean, I think just with everything, like with Tyson Kidd and everything else, I don't know that I just get this weird feeling that she's not 100% into it. So yeah. I almost feel like Bret's almost coming in to help her get out. This is kind of her way, her send off out.
Well, Ryan Perkins, you obviously don't watch Total Divas because she is part of that show.
Well, yeah, she's a big part of Total Divas, but is she a big part of like how much longer is she going to wrestle for? I mean, I don't know. I mean, she's been doing it for a long time now, and how again, I don't watch Total Divas either. So
Total Divas goes back like what 3 or 4 seasons now.
No, yeah. I mean, like what's like when you're watching it now, isn't it? 6 months
it's delayed.
Ago?
Yeah, it's
right.
It's 6 months behind or so.
So I mean, I don't know. I mean, they do a pretty good job keeping things, hush hush outside of Total Divas. So what you're seeing on Total Divas is what happened 6 months ago. So 6 months ago, yeah, she was, a huge part of it. But I mean, who's to say next season?
Yeah, but I think every season she's been a pretty big part of it. I mean, that's kind of why Eva Marie is still around, because she's huge on Total Divas. That's why you still have what's her name down there? She's in NXT right now. Carmen? No. What the hell's her name? The Funkadactyl there.
Oh, Cameron. Yeah.
She's still around. It's. I'm telling you, it's because of that stupid fucking goddamn Total Divas show.
Yeah. No, I mean, but like I think Natty could. I don't know what. I mean, I guess I don't know. I don't know like what Natty's up to, but if she retires, in a month from now, I don't think anybody would hate on it. I think she's had her time in the sun, and one last like send off as champ, I think would be right. But I just don't see it happening. The only weird thing that I don't like about this match is that they did the exact same thing on NXT, a couple years ago, when NXT first started, first had a takeovers. Yeah, and it was like for like the women's belt, and they did the same thing. Like Brett was there and Rick was there, and Charlotte ended up winning. And I'm just like, okay, if they're just gonna do maybe not that same match, but that same end result, it's kind of a cop out. Like, how much more can Natalya take, or like how much more can Natalya like kind of give this company with not a ton in return, I guess. And us being, smarky fans or whatever, like we're always thinking that like the championship is the payoff, when these guys probably don't look at it like that so much. Like, they're not marks, like they're part of the show, and that's what it is. But I'm sure that, maybe she would probably like to be the champ again. I mean, she's clearly like one of the best wrestlers in the division, and she's a better wrestler than Charlotte. It's just, I don't know. It's just she's always struggled with getting over. All right. So have we all gone on this one? Okay, cool. Up next, Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens. A little grudge match. This is awesome. I love that it's its own thing, and that it's not like for the IC belt or anything. I think that this feud can just be its own, and it survives on its own. And they've done like a really good. They put a really good package together with on Raw to kind of show you the history for people that like don't watch NXT or didn't see like their or didn't know of their past. So
I do like that they didn't show El Generico.
Well, yeah.
They showed them as younger guys back when El Generico was around, but they didn't show El Generico. They only showed Sami Zayn.
Yeah. Harmon, what do you think of this? How do you think this bad boy goes down?
I think this match is probably going to be a 4 or 5 star match, and it doesn't matter who wins, because this is one of those matches they're going to do over and over and over again, and each time we're going to love it.
Yeah.
I mean, Sami Zayn's first pay-per-view, maybe he gets the win, but it doesn't really matter. This is one of those stories that's never going to be. There's never going to be a conclusion to this story. It's just going to keep going forever.
Yeah, Ryan, what do you think?
Obviously, I want Kevin Owens to win.
Of course, yeah, because you get the man crush on him. Talk about like awkward boners, Harmon. Ryan, what do you think of this one?
No, I agree with Harmon. It doesn't matter. We all win. I mean, the more these guys fight, the more these guys feud, the better it is for us. I mean, if it's for a title, if it's not for a title, it's just all going to be good. Yeah, I don't know. I'm a big Kevin Owens fan. I mean, so I could see, I'd be happy seeing him win. I'd also be just as happy seeing him lose and do his, big baby act about, how Sami Zayn screwed him again, for the next couple of weeks until the next pay-per-view, and then give them a chance to go at it again, or tag them together in some sort of, off balance tag match or something. It's just,
they can do so much with it.
It's just such a good feud. It's been a long time. It's, almost, I'm not going to call it, Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels-esque, but it's close.
Yeah.
It's more like it's like one of those feuds you can do over and over again. It's Undertaker Kane. It's Owen versus Bret. It's Shawn Michaels. It's just one of those matches you can do over and over and over again. Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose. It'll always do a good number.
It'll always be entertaining no matter what you do with it. And there's both of these guys are super talented that you can add in different aspects to it. You can add in a title, you can add in different stipulations, you can add in different matches, like, throw a cage match in there, throw a Hell in a Cell match in there. Like, these guys can do it all. I think on this for this match, I think Sami Zayn takes this because one, similar to Corbin, he's recently come up. He really needs that momentum to stay kind of believable. And Kevin Owens has kind of proven that he can lose, and he's such a good heel. He's such a good talker that he can bounce back from anything. I mean, that guy's just never going to go away. And kind of like what you said, Ryan, where like he can do that big baby thing and just complain, and it's just so entertaining. Whereas if he just comes out and smashes Sami Zayn, where does that leave Sammy? That leaves him like kind of down in Tyler Breeze territory, where it's just there's not much for him after that. Like this, Sami Zayn needs to kind of come out on top, not only in this match, but kind of in this feud for right now, and then like whenever they pick it up again later on down the road in a year or whatever, then things can it can go differently. But I think Sammy definitely needs to win here to progress kind of near that upper echelon of the totem pole here. I don't think he's, heavyweight championship level, but he's probably like, he's a good gatekeeper. He would fit that role pretty well. Like if you can get through, if you can get through Sami Zayn, you can get a shot at the belt or something like that. So that's just where I see him at the time being. Moving on, Dean Ambrose versus Chris Jericho in just another singles match. I was surprised at how many how many matches they have on this card, and two, like how many just straight up singles matches without really any like stipulation.
Right.
So you got Dean Ambrose versus Chris Jericho. They've kind of been spatting last couple weeks, all kind of deriving around Jericho losing his talk show, the highlight reel in it, getting Shane McMahon replacing it with Dean Ambrose's Ambrose Asylum. So I guess it's a cool feud. It's probably just like the match that I'm least excited about. I've kind of lost a lot of interest in Ambrose. I don't know how you guys feel since Mania, but his Mania match with Lesnar really brought it down for me. And I'm a huge Ambrose guy. I really like him, but he just hasn't really done much for me since Mania. Their match was not very great, and then I think they were just like, okay, we're going to give you a break from competing on Raw every week, and you just do a talk show, and it's like, okay, and he's got the chops for it, but it's not overly entertaining to me. And as much of a legend Chris Jericho is, I've said it before, like with all these new superstars, I don't think I really need to see Chris Jericho on my TV anymore. No, and I know I'm going to get probably some shit for that, but there's so much talent. I just don't need him. So, thanks, but no thanks. I hate to sound like a dick, but Ryan, what do you think of Dean Ambrose versus Chris Jericho?
You're not going to get any shit from me because I actually completely agree with you.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I personally, I think this should have been I don't know if the build-up wasn't right for it, but they could have built this up to be a retirement match for Jericho. They could have done something crazy like put the Ambrose Asylum up against Jericho's career, as a stipulation for this match.
Yeah.
And if Ambrose wins, he gets to continue to do the talk show, which, like you said, he's more than suited for. And if Jericho loses, then you know what? He either goes away if that's what he wants to do, or I still see him ending up at the announce table, at some point, because he's always been a good mouth, and he could call a match, no problem. But you're right though. There's not. It's boring. It's just another singles match. It's another weird feud with Chris Jericho. I mean, it's just getting off another weird feud with AJ Styles that really didn't have any gas. So I don't know. Ambrose wins, great. Whatever. We move on from this. Hopefully they do something with Ambrose more than just the Ambrose Asylum. from here on out, he actually gets into some meaningful matches or a meaningful feud or something. But yeah, like I said, I don't disagree with you at all. And I certainly don't disagree with you on the Chris Jericho thing. There's enough young talent that we don't need him coming down the aisle screaming once a Raw and then throw him in the pay-per-view just because he's still around.
Yeah, and I guess I didn't pick a winner, but I also will pick Ambrose just because I don't know, like because he's just lost so much. I feel like they got to give him a win at some point, and Jericho's I got to do it against, I guess.
Yeah, because the win does nothing for Jericho. So
yeah, but we said that at Mania too, and with Styles, and they gave it to him. So it wouldn't blow me away if Jericho wins and Ambrose loses again. So I'm not sure. Harmon, your thoughts?
I'm kind of looking forward to this match. I think Ambrose, with the exception of the Lesnar match, has put on some really great matches in the past year. His match with Triple H, his match last year with Seth Rollins, his matches with Kevin Owens, his U.S. title match with Cena, the triple threat matches he was in with, Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. I like his matches. They're usually pretty entertaining. Chris Jericho, I think, has gotten back into a groove, kind of, after AJ Styles. He was a little rusty looking when he first came back, but I think he's fine now. His promos are still, 12 years too old.
Yeah.
But he's doing a role. He's doing the, pretty much the same thing as the Miz right now, just being completely obnoxious so that everybody will hate him. And Chris Jericho is kind of a hard guy to hate because everybody knows how long he's been around and how cool he's been sometimes. But this is kind of how Chris Jericho has always kind of looked to me, like the arrogant ass.
Yeah.
No matter what spot he was in, he was always an arrogant ass to me. Not like personally, but on TV.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, it's kind of a one of those upper mid card feuds that they're just kind of using for filler, but it's got a little history to it, with Jericho being on Team Roman and Ambrose last year and kind of taking the fall in that match and kind of doing the shoulder brush off there at the end and leaving them in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
So it's got some slow burn storyline to it. So I'm kind of looking forward to it. I think Ambrose wins, but yeah, I get it. I get why it's there instead of some other filler match. Like Damian Sandow getting his ass kicked or something.
Right. Yeah. Sandow. I haven't seen that guy in years. But, all right, moving on. We've got The Miz versus Cesaro for the Intercontinental Championship. The Miz with Maurice back again. She's back with the company. That's
the Maurice Ouellet.
Yeah, Maurice Ouellet. Yeah, very.
Sounds like she's from Bedford, for Christ's sakes.
I know, right? Yeah, she's that's
a French joke for anybody else.
So, yeah, Biddeford, Maine is a very French heavy town in Maine. So
Quebecois.
Yeah. Sure, a little French Canadian there. So I think Cesaro takes this. I think this has got to be his time, man. I know that we're all like hoping that it is.
Yeah, and if definitely wins this match,
Jason Statham, yeah, he's gonna rip that tuxedo off. The only thing is, like, the Miz always holds the IC belt for like really quick stints, and I wonder if they're gonna do that again, especially with like Maurice back. Like, I don't know how much longer she'll kick around if the Miz loses the belt. I think that this is. I really wanted them to do more with Ryder, with that whole thing, but I guess not. Cesaro came back healthy, and he's kicking ass, and he's a fan favorite. So I think Cesaro takes this, and I think it's a good match. There's going to be about 100 European uppercuts, and
kicks from the Miz, because isn't that his move? Kick. kick, Irish whip. Kick, Irish whip.
Yeah, that's about it. So
clothesline, kick, Irish whip.
Yeah, I'm sure Maurice will get involved, but in some way, and then hopefully Cesaro dodges something and does that weird roll-up pin that he does and beats The Miz, and he is our new IC champion. I think that adds some more I don't know, validity to the belt, I guess. I don't know. It's so hard to predict what they want to do with Cesaro. He's another guy like similar to Sami Zayn, where he's going to be like that gatekeeper, where he's like a guy that is like right underneath like the Roman Reigns and I guess now the AJ Styles and, you know, like the John Cenas and the Randy Ortons, like when those guys come back, like he's going to be that guy that is right underneath them. Hopefully he's the guy side by side with them and they give him a good push, but I think it starts here with the IC belt. So Harmon, what do you think?
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. I think it'd be okay if Miz kept the title.
Wow,
a little longer. I know. I didn't.
This is a recording. We have this forever now, but that's fine.
But I think mostly because of Maurice, they want to put her on TV because she's going to be on the next season of Total Divas.
Oh, she is? Okay, I didn't know that. Yeah,
they added her and Lana.
Oh and God. Renee Young?
Yeah.
Oh, weird.
So we'll get to see more Renee Young and maybe some more Dean Ambrose on Total Divas.
You say we, like Ryan and I are going to watch Total Divas, but
I mean we as the WWE universe. But yeah, I think something's going to happen. I think it won't be a clean victory. It'll be something happening. It'll be some, Maurice getting involved or she'll be used heavily in this match, I think, in order to get Cesaro the loss. So
I just think I
maybe wins, but it's on a DQ or something, and Miz retains. So
yeah, maybe. I just don't think you can derail Cesaro right now. Like they always do that shit to him. Like he comes back, he wins the Under the Giant Battle Royal. He has like a ton of steam going forward. They stick him with like Heyman, and everything is awesome, and then they just
but I think a disqualification win.
Right? I think that would be fine.
Safe, and it could lead to a triple threat match at Extreme Rules or something. Throw Zack Ryder back in the mix or something.
Yeah, that wouldn't be bad. I wouldn't hate that. That'd be fine. I'd be fine with that. Ryan, what do you think?
Yeah, I don't know. I was sitting here, I was listening to what you were saying, and I was like, yeah, I can see how that would play out because you couldn't have had Ryder drop the belt to Cesaro because that wouldn't have made any sense. So
right.
You had to mix the Miz in there somewhere. So it makes sense why they took it away from Ryder so fast, knowing that they were going to just hand it right off to Cesaro here at Payback. But as soon as I had that thought, Harmon had to start talking, and for once had to start making some sense.
I do that from time to time.
and I know I can see this being a feud that has some legs. Whether it's Cesaro wins by DQ or whether Miz wins by some outside interference from Maurice or just something where it doesn't quite go Cesaro's way, but he still comes away looking really strong. That I could see happening for sure. I think that's probably more likely, knowing the way that WWE likes to drag things out longer than they need to. Because I think Cesaro will win the belt, just probably not at Payback.
Yeah, this is definitely a 3 pay-per-view feud. Come on.
Yeah. I wouldn't not like that. I think that's a fine idea. All right, and that's our Intercontinental Championship match. Moving on, guys. Oh, I picked Cesaro.
Well,
but
you fucking mark.
I know. I can't help it. I love the guy. The guy's awesome. So moving on. Main event time, guys. Unless I forgot something, but I think this is it. Main event. We've got Roman Reigns defending his WWE World Heavyweight Championship against the phenomenal one, AJ Styles. I'm actually really looking forward to this match. I think they've done a pretty good job building this match. They've certainly spent enough time on it. And I like that AJ is at the forefront of this, like in the spotlight. I think that's a really good spot for him. Obviously, the introduction of the Bullet Club, you know, that came along throughout this. Not so hot about the Usos getting involved, but it makes sense, you know, them being with Roman. I'm really excited about this match. I think, you know, as much as people like to shit on Roman, you know, we've all said like that the guy definitely can work. Him and AJ, I think, will put on a pretty good match. And but I don't see AJ taking this one. I see Roman retaining. I'm interested if anything weird is going to happen with the Bullet Club. I hope something does happen, but I don't know what that would be. I don't know. Harmon, what do you think?
See, this is the most intriguing match of the night, I think, because there are so many possibilities when you throw in Anderson and Gallows.
Yeah.
You know, are they really doing AJ's bidding, or does AJ, you know, is he telling the truth and saying no, he doesn't really want them out there? You don't know what kind of wild card they are right now, you know. Do I think AJ is going to win the match? I say no, but you know, he definitely has the ability. He's going to look like a, you know, midget in the ring next to Roman Reigns. He's just going to look so tiny.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to make his, you know, like his moves off the rope and stuff, you know, where he jumps off the rope and does the forearm or doing whatever. It's just going to be, Roman's a good seller too. So I think that's going to show up. And it'll make AJ look really good. You know, not that he really needs to look any better than he already does, but I think, you know, it's just the fact that you can't predict what is going to happen with this match. You know, so most of the matches you feel like you have a pretty good idea of what's going to happen, but with, you know, Anderson and Gallows out there, you're not really sure the alignment. You know, does Finn Balor play into this at all? I don't know how. I have no idea, and it's bugging the hell out of me. I think that's what it is. I don't have a clear idea of what is going to happen. And I think the title is almost secondary to what is going to happen with AJ and, you know, the Bullet Club members, you know?
Yeah. A Finn Balor appearance would blow me away, but I don't know. I've said it all along. I think Balor's main roster debut has to be just something huge. I don't think I'll be satisfied if he just like does a run in and gets involved in this match. But I don't know. Man, you're right, man. This is a really interesting setup that they have because they can do so many things, and what they do better get over. You know what I mean? Because it's like they have so many options to do a lot of really cool things, and I hope that they do something really, really cool. Ryan, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things I don't understand about this match either. You know, I mean, you know, watching it kind of unfold on Raw and whatnot. I mean, like Harmon said, you don't know, you know, if they're going to play the angle. Is AJ really telling the truth? Is, you know, or is this a whole setup sort of thing? Truth is that, and this is probably a pretty unpopular thing with the universe. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I am not a big fan of AJ Styles. I don't get him. I really don't. He to me seems like the poor man's Daniel Bryan. I mean, like, I've watched the few matches he's had, the matches with Jericho. He's not a spectacular high flyer. He's not a spectacular technician. I don't know. Maybe I'm.
You know what? It's a good fucking thing you don't have a Twitter account, because the guy you would be eating your fucking bones right now.
I don't doubt it. I really don't doubt it. But I don't get it. I don't get his look. I don't get his walk down music.
What?
He has cool music. He has you know,
a pretty cool look.
Renee Young hair.
He's got a perfectly groomed chest hair.
Oh,
I mean, it's great.
Yes, that's probably the thing I understand the most about him. But
we both have perfectly groomed chest hair.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, but I'm gonna be excited for the match. I'm gonna watch it. How it goes. I don't know. I was with Harmon. I mean, the whole Finn Balor losing the title, kind of teasing a little bit, even at the house show.
Oh, I've had enough of Finn Balor shit, by the way.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I could see this thing. However it turns out, I think Roman probably retains. But I could see like an all-out, 6-on-6 brawl with Roman and the Usos and AJ Styles and the Bullet Club, and then all of a sudden it goes dark and Finn Balor's music hits, and he comes down and just kind of helps the Bullet Club clean house, and then it almost
oh my God, stop.
Come on.
My dick can only get so hard. Stop.
Well, they could leave it as a cliffhanger too, because they could play off that to be like, who's his allegiance to? Because he's a face. So, is he going to attack the heavyweight champ, Roman Reigns? Probably not. But
Finn Balor was a bad guy in New Japan for a long time. A really good bad guy.
No, very, very aware of that, but I think that they sell a shit ton of merch of his as a face, and kids like him. Hell, my kid fucking loves him. He's 3 years old, and so
I don't know. He could be the next big, basically be the next Undertaker as far as big heel that's super popular. Everybody loves him, but is just demonic as all get out.
I would love that. That'd be great. I'd love that. Yeah,
that's I would compare it more to like DX, where Finn is the Shawn Michaels character, AJ is the Triple H character, and Gallows and Anderson are the Road Dogg and Billy Gunn. They're going to be really cool. They could be babyface or heel. Either way, their T-shirts are going to sell like crazy.
I love that idea too, man. I think that's great.
There's going to be Good Brothers and Two Sweets going all around. So I don't know. It's just the possibilities are kind of endless. And this is the part. This is why I watch wrestling, because every once in a while they do something cool like this where I have no idea where the hell it's going, and there's not a perfect answer to what it is. Most of the time it's like, yes, I want Kevin Owens to win, and that's just an example. But
sure, just a random example. Nothing pinpoint accurate about that. Just
Harmon's going to watch the match between AJ Styles and Roman Reigns and hope that Kevin Owens wins.
Yes,
I'm hoping Kevin Owens comes out as the leader of the Bullet Club. I'm just saying.
Oh my God,
it's going to be the KO Club.
Yeah.
But no, this is why I watch. I want to know. I read spoilers like a son of a bitch, and I still have zero idea what is going to happen. And I think it's great. I think it's absolutely great that I don't know. I don't even have an inkling of which way it's swaying. I mean, I'm going to guess probably with 90% certainty that Roman Reigns wins the belt, but it's the advancement of the possible Balor Club, the New Japan connections and everything that is really intriguing the shit out of me right now.
Yeah. No, definitely. Same here. I love that there's more to this than just who's going to walk out of this pay-per-view the champ. I love that there's that, but then also like, okay, well, there's this weird thing with AJ and Anderson and Gallows. Like, what are they? Are they in cahoots? Like, is he telling these guys to attack Roman and not fessing up? Like, there's all this to think about. I love that there's just so many different layers to this feud that was kind of just put together. You know, no, I don't think anybody saw AJ vying for the title this quick since being in WWE, and especially after a loss to Jericho at Mania. You know, you're thinking, okay, maybe he stays at the mid-level, you know, maybe IC picture or something, but he's right up there, and I don't think he'll stay there after this, but you know, it's definitely a good spot for him. Man, they have so many guys like right in that area of like right beneath the title picture. You know, there's so many of those guys. It's hard to imagine what they're going to do with them all.
It kind of makes me feel like back in the WCW days, you weren't sure which NWO faction Sting was going to go to, you know?
Yeah.
Was he going to go NWO, you know, Hollywood Black and White, or was he going to go Wolfpack?
Yeah.
You just didn't know. Or was he going to go completely crazy and go back with, you know, whoever, Lex Luger, or I can't even remember at the time, but if he was going to go just be straight up, you know,
WCW.
WCW, you know?
Yeah.
He did kind of all three at one point, I think. So
yeah.
But this is kind of where it is for me. It's that kind of excitement. Yeah, I'm all in on this whole angle.
Yeah.
Whatever the angle is, I'm watching it.
Yeah. But we're all in agreement. Roman retains. He's not dropping the belt at a payback. Yeah, cool. Same here. So awesome. Anything else you guys want to chat about Payback or otherwise before we wrap up here? Anything?
I had a conversation today with
sure.
About a 10-year-old, 11-year-old kid.
Okay.
He plays basketball with a kid next door, and he always sees my wrestling shirts, and he's like, "Oh, Kevin Owens, oh, I hate that guy." And I'm like, "You do?" So today I was asking him, like, "So who do you like?" You know, and he's like, "Oh, I like Roman Reigns, I like John Cena, I like Ryback." I'm like, I'm sensing a theme here. And he's like, "Yeah," he's like, "I like Randy Orton." I'm like, "Well, Randy Orton's a bad guy sometimes." He's like, "Yeah, but he's a good guy right now, and I've always liked him." I'm like, "Okay." He thinks Ryback's awesome. I'm like, even as a bad guy? He goes, "No, I wish you wouldn't cheat." And I'm like, "So that's why you don't like Kevin Owens?" He's like, "Yeah, Kevin Owens cheats, and then he leaves in tag matches and then beats guys up afterwards." And I was like, it was kind of, neat to talk about, wrestling with somebody that's, he's 10 years old. He's watching it, and he's got a completely different perspective on it than me.
Yeah.
Like, he thinks Finn Balor's cool, but he's not sure, he saw Shinsuke Nakamura, but doesn't really understand, the complexity of it.
Yeah, the allure of the guy. Yeah, I gotcha.
He thinks Samoa Joe's cool, but he liked him better before he turned on Finn Balor.
Yeah, so he's buying in, man. He's totally he's totally kayfabing it. He's just like he's a total mark right now. He's just like, yep, that's this is real, baby. This is it. I love that.
He thinks Sami Zayn's cool. He thinks Cesaro's cool. But yeah, just like all the guys that I can't stand, he loves. I was just like, he's like, "Yeah, but he's so big. Look at him." I'm like, "Yeah, Ryback is big, but Kevin Owens is so good on the microphone." And he's like, "Yeah, but he's a lot." It's like, no,
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. I love that perspective.
I couldn't fault him. I was like, all right, man, that's cool. Whatever. It's yours is yours, man. Just watch wrestling. I did not invite him to listen to this non-kid friendly podcast.
No. You can't do that.
No.
That's funny. I do have. I know. I have people say that to me a lot. They're like, "Oh, my kid loves wrestling. What can he listen to your podcast?" And I'm like, No. I mean, he can, but you're not gonna like that. He's listening to my podcast. So
you can take him to see Deadpool too.
Yeah, right. Yeah, while you're at it. Yeah. Cool. All right, guys, let's wrap up here. Ryan, you should get a Twitter. That way I could tell people what your Twitter account is. You do really well on Twitter. You're really funny and witty, and you should just rack up on Twitter. But you don't have a Twitter. You have a Facebook, but it's more like a personal thing. So do you have anything to plug? No? You just like wrestling, right?
I do. I just like wrestling.
Cool.
No, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I mean, I could definitely this was fun. I could definitely see doing this again.
Nice.
And again. And
cool.
We'll
Ryan, I would invite you to write this month's Good Push, Bad Push, because I haven't thought of shit yet.
Just this month or like the last 5 months?
I wrote one last month.
Did you?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. I
I'll take you up on that, Harmon. How's that?
Nice. There you go. I like that Ryan is the Jason Mantzoukas of this podcast, where like on How Did This Get Made, they're always like, Jason, you got anything to plug? He's like, nope. he's a freaking celebrity, and he doesn't have Twitter, and he's just like, nope, I'm good. Oh man. All right. Harmon, where are you at on Twitter?
I'm at Harmon316.
Yeah, you are. I'm at Johnny Fashion, and you can check out the show's podcast at ISR2M Podcast. Check out smarkandmark.com. Check out at smarkandmark_PW on Twitter for our home base, guys. Hey, thanks for joining me tonight, fellas. Any other plugs, Harmon, that I'm forgetting? Oh, Total Wrestling. We're going to be in that magazine next month. And
yeah, Total Wrestling UK, is that what it's called?
Yeah. It's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good one.
Total Wrestle magazine. I can't remember now. We're gonna be in that magazine.
Yeah, we're gonna do a podcast of the month. Yeah, we're there. We're looking at a
giveaway in a while.
We have not done a giveaway in a while. Maybe next Monday. Maybe next Raw we'll do a giveaway.
Maybe we should do a giveaway where we give it away to somebody who's actually listened to our podcast all the way to the end.
You know what? That's a good idea. We'll have to think of that. We'll fine tune it.
A John Cena debut elite action figure.
Oh, shut up. You're not going to give that away. I would punch you in the nuts if you gave that away. Come on. That's insane. Don't give that thing away.
What do we want to do here?
Let's fine tune this idea. Let's not do this.
We'll fine tune this idea. But the John Cena elite action figure will stand. Mark my words.
Oh my God, you're ridiculous. You're insane. You're very generous. You're very generous.
Unless Johnny buys it for me first.
Yeah, you're very generous. All right, guys. Hey, thanks for joining me. All the listeners out there, thanks for listening, and check us out on smartandmark.com. Peace out, y'all.
Peace.